It's always a pleasure to share the stage with my sister, Adeline. I've learned so much from her, and that's the beauty about these events, because we get to meet with our family members all the time. Thank you, Adeline. So today we are going to talk about the importance of setting achievement goals. In life, we are told to succeed, you always have to have goals. And in the business, most of us, we say our goals. If we ask, what are your goals or dreams? We talk about the cars that we want to buy, the houses that we want to build. But we really need to focus on the achievement goals in the business, because when we achieve these goals, other goals are achievable, are easily achievable. So what are the achievement goals in your life? We talk about PV goals, rank advancement goals, team development goals, incentive winning goals, to name a few. I'm going to invite Adeline to talk a bit about some of these goals.
Thank you, Bingi. It's always good to be with you. I also learned a lot. Team Tanzania is an inspiration for all of us, I believe. Because they are taking steps. And taking steps motivates anybody. When we take steps, of course, when the pin goes up, means that the income is growing. And when the income is growing, of course, all the goals, the cars, the travel, everything comes true. And I want to talk about the first steps, saying that the first steps are important to be taken as soon as possible. The first 3 months of a distributor are very important. If a distributor takes step in the first 3 months, is when he starts believing in the opportunity. And believing in the opportunity, it's very important to grow even further. When you reach a result, you know that the next result is possible. So it's our responsibility as leaders to help our downlines to take the first steps as soon as possible. But something that I would like to also recommend to the new distributor, it's not the responsibility of the upline for you to take steps. It's your own responsibility. It's your business. And I like to recommend, the first steps, managers, senior manager, executive managers are there to be taken, but we should put the eye on the director title. Director title is when the income is really starting to be good. I think you remember Bingi saying that when she became a director, then the two legs, one was in, the other one still out, but at least she was starting seeing that something could come true. So being a director is the first look, but remembering that we need to go the first steps as soon as possible. When we believe in this opportunity, it's when we are also able to touch other people. If we don't believe, we cannot give to other people something that we don't have. So it's very important for us to believe in the opportunity. It's when we can pull other people to come to our level. And when that happened, first of all, you grow. First of all, you feel good because you are doing whatever you need to do. Taking steps for me is also important because when you take a step, you can shine, you can believe, you can pass the information, you can inspire other people to reach where they want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Adeline. I'm going to talk a bit about setting PV goals. Most of our bonuses, if not all, are PV based. Yeah. So, and we know higher PVs means what? Higher income. Now, how do we get more PVs? 3 daily habits. First of all, you have to use the products. So when you use the products, of course, you believe in the products. You become the product of your product. And it's easier to share more about the benefits of the products. And also, when you set PV goals, you also have to push yourself, yes, to use, but also to sell. Because once you start selling, you start making profits. And we always say when you have a new downline, you have as fast as possible to make sure they start making their profits early. So the more you make profits, the more excited you get, the believability goes up, and you get more PVs. Also, when you set your goals, you also have to remember to follow up. We had a session in the morning, the importance of following up with your customers, but also with your downlines, and to follow up throughout the month, not on the 25th. When we are approaching month end, then we remember we need some points so we can qualify. No, you have to follow up consistently. And you also have to be consistent. Since we have time, maybe we can talk a little bit about incentive goals. It's important to know the incentives that are present in that period, whether it's company incentives or your team incentive. As a leader, if you don't know the incentives, how are you going to teach your team to run for these incentives? So you have to know the incentives at all times. New Life always has that incentive flyer. But also when you're running for incentive, you have to select the people that you're running with. We're always told to have the A list of distributors. But Aune spoke about this when you're prospecting, to be intentional. So when you're running for these incentives, if you're sponsoring, you also have to be intentional and to identify the type of people that you want to work with. I know Charlie always say, you don't share this opportunity with just anybody that you see. Sometimes you can see a person and you can feel the energy just doesn't sit well. So instead of you just wasting time, you can share a thing or two, but you have to be very intentional about who you're sharing the opportunity with. Also, proper training. To offer proper training to your team is just as important, to teach them how to make profit as early as possible. To work closely with your team. So when you work closely, you can share about, you can set goals together, you can share about the incentives together, you can teach them how to order, the importance of doing 100 PVs in the first week. In our team, we have an incentive of doing 100 PVs on the same day, on the first day of the month. So that builds momentum early. Sometimes we call the impromptu incentive. Mom can just say, okay, whoever does 100 PVs by 2 p.m., you get a present. And a present can just be a pen, a mug, but that builds the momentum to have more PVs. You also teach them about doing like 250 PVs, the PVs that will give you bonus, 250, 500, and how the percentage goes up. And also to work with your team closely to be able to sponsor their first downlines, to be able to sell to their first customer, because at least that will also give them believability.
Something else that I would like to share is our mindset about taking steps, making money. Many people think money is a Satan. So I cannot think about growing, making money, because it's not good. I would like to say that there is nothing bad in growing. There is nothing like being selfish about growing and making money. What is bad and what is selfish is when you make money in a not good way, or you make money and you don't use the money the correct way. So we have the example of our leaders, Alta and Charlie. They do make a lot of money, but because they use the money wisely, they are a good example for us. Even people who feel that I do have money, I don't need this opportunity. I think it was said before. Yes, you do whatever you feel is enough for you, but other people around you having what you have, it's not your responsibility to try and help other people also to be in a situation where you are. So taking steps is really a duty, is really a responsibility. Because God did not put us in this business, because He knew that we have the potential, we have to do whatever we can do to help other people to go forward.
So just to close up, why is it important that we have achievement goals? Because once we achieve these goals, we get motivated, yeah? The believability goes up. But also it shows a clear path to more steps, growth in your income and in your business. But also it gives us a chance to recognize. We've seen how some people were recognized up here, and I'm sure like they had their goals clearly written. So in order to achieve these goals, we also have to treat the business as the business. Yeah. We also have to be coachable, we have to be teachable, we have to be ready to learn, but ready to learn from the right teachers. And I think all of us up here, we are blessed to have the teachers that are teaching us from experience, and we've seen how successful they are. But also when we set these goals with our team, we have to make sure they are duplicable. Thank you.